Hi, boys and girls. Today is Friday. Yay, it's the weekend, and it is March the 27th. We're going to be working on page 231, 232. So I know it seems like we're skipping quite a bit of pages, and that's correct because the next chapter, chapter 12, was writing the research paper, and I thought that that would probably be something best for if and when we get back in school. So we're working on chapter 13 right now, and this is one of my favorite subjects in English is adjectives. So let's look at the top of page 231. So an adjective describes a noun or a pronoun. Adjectives make sentences more interesting because they tell what kind or how many. In a diagram, an adjective goes below the word it describes. So right here, you can see that the simple subject would go here, and if there's an adjective describing the simple subject, it would go right here. And then the verb on the diagram would be placed right here. And if there was a direct object after the verb, it would go right here. And sometimes direct objects can have an adjective describing them. So the adjective on the diagram would be here at a slant. So let's just go back here and back up again. It says, in a diagram, an adjective goes below the word it describes. Most adjectives come before the noun they describe. Some adjectives end like a verb, like ed or ing. So let's look at, let me scroll this down. Let's look at this section right here. It says predicate adjectives. Well, we know that a predicate adjective comes in the predicate part of the sentence, which is behind the verb. They come after the noun or pronoun that they describe. A predicate adjective always comes after the linking verb and describes the subject of the sentence. Let's look at this example. Lightning is dangerous. See this right here? This is your linking verb, and it is it's describing the lightning is what? Dangerous. So this is the adjective that describes the lightning. All right, so we're going to come down a little bit and let's work on this guided practice section right here. It says underline the adjectives in each sentence. Draw an arrow from each adjective to the noun or pronoun that it describes. So let's just reread this one more time. Underline the adjectives in each sentence. Draw an arrow from each adjective to the noun or pronouns that it describes. So I'm going to look down here at my paper for just a second. So heavy would be an adjective, and it would describe rains. So let's draw an arrow to rains. So heavy rains often come with thunderstorms. All right, let's look at number 2. I'm going to give you guys a chance to read that. All right, so the sentence says, the thunderstorms are small compared to hurricanes. The adjective is small. Now you have to ask yourself a question here. Ask yourself, what is small? What's small? The thunderstorms, that's right. So we're going to actually draw the arrow back to the thunderstorms. Okay, so the small describes thunderstorms. And let's look at number 3. I was just thinking for a second at that one that we just did. Number 3, lightning frightened the young child. So young is the adjective, and young is describing the child. Let's look at number 4. Some people like to watch thunderstorms. So what is the adjective in this sentence? That's right. Some. Some, and what does it describe? It describes people. So you draw your arrow right here. And number 5, it says lightning may be forked. Okay, so what do you think your adjective is in this sentence? It's forked. And what's forked? The lightning is. So let's draw our arrow back here. And number 6, it may be long and streaked. Long and streaked describe. So these are adjectives. And what is long and streaked? Okay, it is long and streaked. So this one we're going to have like kind of like a double arrow right here because there's 2 adjectives that describe it. So let's go to number 7. Some lightning is jagged. Well, there's 2 adjectives in this one also. Some describes the lightning, and jagged describes the lightning. So we have 2 adjectives that describe the lightning. And let's go to number 8. Okay, let me scroll this. Well, I guess I need to pull it up a little bit. Okay, so this kind of looks familiar, like what was on your test yesterday. Right here with the sentence patterns, a SV pattern, an SVDO, an SLVPA. It says, label the sentence patterns SV, so subject verb, or subject verb direct object, or subject linking verb predicate adjectives. Diagram the main verbs and the adjectives that tell what kind or how many. Prepositional phrases should be identified with parentheses, but do not need to be diagrammed. So let's look at the first one. Do you see a prepositional phrase in this one? No. There is nothing that shows position in here. But I do see a subject, and the subject is thunderstorms. Okay. Cut right there. And are is the linking verb. So this is a subject, and this is a linking verb, and I know it's the linking verb because it doesn't show action. And the next, we think to ourselves, thunderstorms are dry. So let me draw our arrow, our line like going back because it's linking it back to the word thunderstorms. So dry is an adjective. And what can follow a linking verb? It's either a predicate noun or a predicate adjective. And in this case, it's a predicate adjective. So there you go. There, that's the first diagram. So the very last one. Thunder warned us of stormy weather. Well, the first thing that we want to look for is, do you see a prepositional phrase in this sentence? And yes, you do. The first one is, the prepositional phrase is of stormy weather. So we can eliminate that and not even have to pay attention to that anymore because remember, these do not have to be diagrammed. So now we just look at thunder warned us. So the subject is thunder. That's your subject. And the verb is warned. And that is an action verb. So it's just a regular verb. And who did it warn? It warned us. So us is the direct object. Okay, so there you go. Today we have our first page done, and I'm just going to ask you to complete page 232 by yourselves. And if you have any questions, just go back and look at the top section of page 231 just to remind yourself of any rules that you may have forgotten. So have a good day. Bye.